Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciara, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we're back again with another quick little pick a card here, and this is going to be in regards to what is the obstacle or challenge. So this could be in regards to any area of your life. We're just going to go ahead and see what comes up in the card. But again, it's referencing, maybe an area or something that you are having struggle with right now, whether that is a challenge or maybe it's an obstacle that you're needing to overcome, maybe identifying what that obstacle is or why it is you're being challenged in this particular way. We're just going to go ahead and see what the cards have to say here. We have 4 piles here today. We have the Phantom Calcite, we have the Pineapple Calcite, we have the Amethyst Cluster, and we have Emerald Calcite. So do take as much time as you need to meditate on the piles. If you are attracted to more than one pile, maybe that's in regards to, obviously you have important messages across more than one, or it could be reference to multiple different challenges or obstacles that you're facing right now. And if you want to meditate and focus on a particular question, and then see what pile you're attracted to, because that might hold the answer to whatever that question you have in regards to, like, maybe why am I finding struggle in, this project, or, what is stopping me from finding XYZ thing. And so if that could help definitely direct you guys in finding the right pile for you. So I also do want to mention, if you would like more exclusive pick a card content, personal readings, artwork, all kinds of fun extra goodies, definitely do check out my Patreon link down below, because that will give you guys a ton of additional content, as well as help support this channel and the production of these kind of videos that you guys get to watch here on YouTube. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the readings. All right, for those that picked pile 1 here with the Phantom Calcite, we're going to go ahead and dive into your reading and see, what is the obstacle, what is the challenge for you guys, what is going on. So we're going to start off with the tarot, and we're just going to kind of lay out all the cards. But first of all, we have the Ace of Swords. We then have Strength. And we also have the 5 of Pentacles. So already that's telling me that for you guys, your big obstacle or challenge is definitely in regards to a lack mindset. It could also be, physical limitations that maybe you've had, maybe because of injury or sickness, but a bigger thing is stemming from your mind and your self-talk for sure, especially with something like the Ace of Swords here. You need to be gentler with yourself and more in tune with balance, and realize that the way that you talk about yourself, especially in a self-critical or degrading way, really does manifest in your physical reality, especially in regards to your finances, your material wealth, to your actual physical health. And so you definitely need to work on, paying more attention to, again, how you're thinking and how you're communicating to yourself. We also have Awakening here, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Exactly. You need to wake up to the fact that you're doing this and choose more self-loving, more empowering, definitely things to manifest and to say to yourself for sure. Yeah. We also have Opulence with It's Time to Lead. You need to take more charge and be more of your own authentic leader, not hiding behind a mask or expecting somebody else to sort of take the reins of your own life. We also have the Hawk here. So yes, needing to see from that higher perspective. You have a lot of messages coming through from your guides and from your higher self that you need to pay more attention to, because they're reaching out to try to tell you that, hey, you need to stop this lack mindset because it's causing a lot of problems. You might have a tendency to, yes, distract yourself from, when you're trying to solve a problem, you will often be tested by distractions. And I feel like a lot of you have that issue where it's like you play into those distractions a lot more than you should, because you're focusing too much on the worst case scenarios. We also have direction. Switch gears, reboot, and try a new and different direction. So part of the problem is that you're constantly, it's kind of the analogy of, what is it? Like, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So, something along those lines. And that's something I feel like you guys have a tendency to use as like a crutch, where it's like you will repeatedly kind of repeat the same devaluing habit or situation instead of integrating a new way of doing it. It's like these particular obstacles, like physical obstacles that are placed in your path, are more than likely, one, they're caused by your own internal dialogue, and two, they're placed there by the universe trying to tell you that, like, hey, you need to become more self-aware of the fact that you are doing this, that you are continually picking this direction, and we are sending you repeated signs trying to tell you that, hey, this is not the right direction for you. You need to regroup or reevaluate and stop kind of, again, repeatedly banging your head against a brick wall, because it's just not going to ever work. So we also have here, autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. Holy shit. So the autumn season is extremely important. It's funny because this is a timeless reading, but of course, as I'm doing this reading, I'm posted, we're about to move into autumn season. So this is extremely important for a lot of you. And yeah, it's like, in a lot of ways, this is kind of like, I feel like some of you have you've had projects or things that you really wanted to see succeed, and it's like you're giving up on it, or you're not realizing, again, you need to make that shift in your direction and not to lose hope. As some of you are losing hope because it just is never going the way that you expect it. And that's partially due to, one, you continuing with that negative mindset, but also because you keep repeating the same process and expecting a different outcome. You have to change the process in order to change the outcome. We also have here, victim consciousness. So yeah, you guys are having a tendency to stay as like a victim of the circumstances and not realizing, taking responsibility for your role in creating and continuing that negative flow of energy, especially within your mind and your words. Yeah, we have the inner child here as well. So there's some healing you need to do within the inner child, because I feel like your inner child really wants you to pursue and go after whatever this is, but because you are letting self-doubt and, maybe telling yourself, oh, I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough time to actually do this, it's like you are shooting yourself in the foot. And look at that. We also have beauty. You need to admire your own inner beauty more, your own inner strength, and you need to feed into that. So let's kind of go through some of these cards and address them more so. So we're going to look at the hawk there a little bit more. Yeah, so again, this is having to do with, really engaging with your own majestic energy and, being a visionary, making sure that you're looking and seeing the whole entire picture, observing it from every single angle, because clearly there is a direction or a part of whatever you're going after that is weak, and it's like the weak link in the change, and you need to break that and remove it, not be a victim to it. You need to have, a higher mind here. You have to recognize that your path right now is off balance. Your motivations are uncentered and your higher mind is misaligned. So in order to correct this, you need to, again, play more into your visionary ability. You need to construct, you need to shape it, you need to ensure that your path spans far enough to complete the tasks that you have in mind. Does your current way of doing things support what you seek to accomplish? If not, change the course and create a new path. I encourage you to take a look at what drives you. So what is your driving force right now? Because clearly there's, is it fear that's driving you? Because you need to remove that. You are perceptive. You are the eyes of the universe. You are foresight. You are Hawk. So a lot of you have very intuitive insights for sure, but you're just not trusting your intuition as much as you should be, because you're allowing, I feel like, the more like left-sided thing, like left-sided brain things. I'm sorry, I'm like with my words right now, but it's like, yeah, and that's like part of your energy too. It's like your mind is so jumbled and confused. You don't know what direction to take because of these distractions that you are feeding into, instead of, again, focusing on that larger picture. So let's also now kind of take a look at our time to lead card here, which is card 21. There is great wisdom in going with life's flow and choosing battles, conflicts, and accepting change wisely and peacefully. There's also a time to assert your authority and trust your wisdom and leadership skills. People and situations are now looking to you for guidance. Wear your success and assets proudly. They are well earned. It's time to be a light so that others may follow. The girl of opulence wears the lavish golden crown of leadership. It emits a radiant glow and signifies spiritual enlightenment as well as earthly accomplishment. Being in an exalted position gives you the opportunity to be a wise leader and help others. Much like happiness is only real when shared, and being exalted only meaningful when it helps others. If I can get the sentence out. And then here's a particular ritual to do in regards to this card that might be really helpful for you guys to do to help you with overcoming maybe fear of leadership. So we're going to keep moving along here. Again, we have awakening with the energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. You're needing to integrate this new start to things. You need to accept the changes that are happening and not be fearful of them. Yeah, because you guys, there's a lot of things happening and changing at a lot of different levels. There are truths that are going to be coming out in yourself. And everything key to this is how you use them, for sure, especially with the Ace of Swords here. How do you approach and how do you, again, find a way to integrate and accept these changes? And I feel like a lot of the messages that are coming through from your inner child, trying to help you, work through these experiences. You might be getting like flashbacks to past life situations, or you might be remembering things from your childhood that you have repressed. Some of you could be going through like a Kundalini awakening of some sort. And, it's really, really important not to be overthinking the experiences you're having right now and to stay very much grounded in the now. You might need to look at the people you're surrounding yourself with. Are you surrounded by like-minded people who are supportive? Or are you around people who are negative for you? You're definitely meant to, birth something into creation, into this world. But in order to do that, you might be called to make a shift in your life in order to be in service to that goal. But the key is to not to overthink it and to just go with the flow. So the activation here with this card is, I surrender to my awakening. I allow the Shakti energy to rise from the base of my spine. I open myself up to the universe, using me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. Exactly. So let's go ahead and see what else the cards have to say here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our direction and our distraction cards here. So we're going to start off with the distractions card. which is card 56. So, and here is the image on the back of the card as well. So this is saying, distractions card is an indication that problems associated with the matter in question may be the result of you or someone involved not giving it enough attention. It is a culturally acceptable part of daily life here in the 21st century to become distracted by the latest news or one of the vast number of interesting things and beautiful, well-designed fontaments available to us. We must concentrate on our work and not let ourselves be lured away from it by the works of others. Creativity requires concentration and focus, two things that can be so easily, taken from you if you allow fear, procrastination, or unhelpful habits to turn your attention from your creativity onto the creative output of other people. You may want to practice meditation prior to starting work. At least turn off your phone. Obviously, you guys need to make some changes in regards to, this is work time. This is time for, again, there's literally apps and, settings on your phone that can control like how many hours you spend on social media or consuming anything off your phone. This also talks about, again, it could call out for you guys, the obstacle, the challenge that you're having right now is in regards to overcoming, something like procrastination or allowing fear or unhelpful habits, to block you from what it is you're trying to manifest. So maybe some of you have issues with overspending, or maybe you're not being proactive enough with your health and exercise, and that is being detrimental to obviously your overall health and your beauty. So we also have this card here with this particular image, and we're going to see what it has to say. So the direction card is an indication that you or the situation in question would benefit from changing the direction in which you are headed. An example would be starting a screenplay, but then turning it into a novel, or taking a symphony and turning it into an opera. This card is a reminder that though we should give the initial direction we chose to go in a fair try, there is usually several ways to creatively approach any challenge, and we need not be concerned with our connection to any one of them. This card can also be an indication that we should allow ourselves to be directed by another, at least for a time, or for one aspect of the situation at hand. If you have asked about a situation you are considering in which you would be directing, like a play or film, then this card is a strong confirmation that this is the way things should be done. So obviously, again, this is totally calling out that, maybe the initial direction you chose, you're being too stubborn and you're sticking with it, even though it clearly is not benefiting you in any way, and it's time to make a reboot. Part of it could also be procrastination in regards that, it's going to require more work to change the direction, to try something new, to educate yourself more on a better path. And maybe that's something that you're not wanting to do. Because it's more comfortable, it almost feels more safe to be stuck where you are and blame it on whatever outside situation instead of really looking internally at where you're giving into a strong weakness. Because then once you've identified the weakness, you have to put in the work to actually change it, to turn it into that strength. Because that's what all weaknesses are, is the potential to become a strength. But it requires hard work and dedication to do that. And you can still do it, especially here. Please do not lose hope. So we're actually going to look at that card next, which is card 6. So with this, it's saying, I just feel like reading this part of it too. Autumn speaks. I keep waiting for help, for hope to come, but all about me is cold. I cannot find what I'm looking for, and indeed, I can barely remember what it is I was in search for before I got so lost. I am cold and alone, and no one is with me, but I know I have this apple, and that when I truly need it, I will eat it, and then all will be well. I feel like there's some key words and some key little parts of that you guys tend to tell yourself a lot of times. So This is saying time to stop relying on others for that comfort, warmth, and sustenance. The only true self-love that only true self can bring. Waiting for others to give you what you need will be a long and lonely, bone-chilling wait at this time. So look at what you already have, turn to it, and feast on it. Learn to love and appreciate the apple in your hands and save the seeds of self-love and plant them. For this one remaining magical apple comes the gift of wisdom, comes self-love, comes abundance, and comes the knowledge that you are a person who deserves to care for and love your own self. Once you just take one big bite of the juicy apple, you'll be committing to helping yourself, and then you'll be free of the need for approval, shelter, and rescue. There is only one true rescue, and it comes with the miracle of self-life. Go ahead, eat the apple. So obviously, again, this kind of aligns with kind of the, again, the previous message that we have here with it's time to lead. It's time for you to take charge and not waiting for somebody to come in and rescue you. You need to be the one to rescue yourself. So finally, we're going to address these 3 cards here. I'm going to move the tarot out of the way. So with these 3 particular cards, there are particular actions that go along with each card. So that's why we're going to delve into these more so, because these actions that go with each card may be useful for you guys in overcoming the challenge. So starting off with the inner child, this says, your inner child is urging you to lighten up a little, get out of your comfort zone, and have fun. In order to be healthy, we must engage our imagination, creativity, and spontaneity. When was the last time you did something spontaneous, intuitive, and outrageous? When and with whom do you feel uninhibited, relaxed, and completely comfortable to be yourself? Your inner child can be your strongest ally or your biggest foe. It can assist you to heal childhood pain, rejection, loneliness, and abandonment. It can take you on an exciting adventure, help you become more confident, daring, original, and bold. Or it can make you behave in childish ways, bring up anxiety, fear, and suspicion. This card beckons you to heal your childhood pain and discover your independence, compassion, creativity, talents, and joy. A healthy inner child can help you connect to your integrity, divinity, and purity. It believes in miracles and creates magic in your life. And so here is the action for that inner child. So, take a screenshot, write this down, whatever it is you need to do. But this might be extremely helpful, especially if you resonate heavily with this message of the inner child. So now, let's go ahead and move on to, and I just realized you have successive cards here, because obviously you have 16 inner child, and then you have 17 beauty. So these are very closely related with tying into each other for sure. So let's talk about beauty. Recognize your inner and outer beauty. You are beautiful, special, unique, and attractive. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and felt good about what you see? Did you know that your features can literally change based on how you feel about yourself and your life? Your internal experiences are etched on your face and your body. People can feel your energy when you enter a room. When a person who is not thought of as being physically good looking connects to their own inner light, wisdom, and warmth, the glow that emanates from them within makes them extremely appealing and attracts people and opportunities towards them. Focus on what you love about yourself and allow yourself to shine. If you are challenged by how you see yourself, this could be a perfect time for an internal and external makeover. So here is the action that you guys might want to do. All right. And then finally, we have victim consciousness with card 12. So, victim consciousness. Stop blaming others and take responsibility for what you are creating. It's easy to think that life is unfair and point a finger at others. If you hear yourself saying, life is unfair, bad things always happen to me, I'm not good enough, nobody cares about me, why me? I can't do what I want to do, etc., then you are losing your power, nourishing your victim aspect, and ascertaining your place in the victim club. Your inner victim can stop you from moving forward by creating dramas, making you judge others, telling you that you don't deserve better, and keeping you stuck in a financial rut. You need to build your internal confidence, self-worth, and courage. Get out of your comfort zone. So you have that coming up twice. You guys are very stuck in your comfort zone if you pick this pile. And work on expanding and growing in all areas of your life, which is why you have that awakening card. The light side of the victim archetype is the victorious part, which can help you hold your power without getting angry and attacking others. It can also assist you to create healthy boundaries and act from a place of honesty, integrity, compassion, and love. So here is the action to take with this card that might be helpful. Again, screenshot it if you want to save it for later. And so that is everything that is coming up here in your cards in regards to, again, what is your obstacle? What is your challenge? Clearly, the victim consciousness, clearly being stuck in your comfort zone is a big obstacle for you guys. Procrastination, giving into fear, and again, allowing distractions to keep you in that place because, again, it is the comfort zone. You need to take better charge, you need to lead, and you need to have a lot of gratitude for just what you have right now in the moment. You know, that is definitely a key to helping heal this Five of Pentacles here, is that you just need to, again, realize that maybe you don't have everything that you want, but do you have enough that you actually need right now? And be grateful for everything that you do have. Again, be grateful that you even just have an apple. So with that said, that is everything for this pile. If this resonated, please do feel free to let me know down below in the comments. And if you have any suggestions for future pick-a-cards that you would like, definitely do also leave those suggestions. And don't forget to check out my Patreon because there's more exclusive pick-a-cards. You could also book a private reading with me through Patreon. And there's also, you know, first dibs and first looky-loos at all kinds of artwork that I do and I create, especially the uncensored ones, if you guys are interested in that. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those who picked pile 2 here with the pineapple calcite, we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and see what the obstacle or challenge is for you all who chose this one. So let's see what we got. We have the Chariot. We also have the Lovers coming out here. Wow. We then have the Queen of Cups. So there could be definitely some challenges when it comes to how you feel comfortable. There could be obstacles in regards to you finding love. And again, a lot of that can stem from certain expectations that you're holding on to, sort of maybe being too caught up in maybe the fantasy or this perfect ideal of a perfect mate and not looking at kind of the reality and seeing the person for the person. I'm also getting the sense here that there could have been a lot of challenges and obstacles in regards to, again, that idea of like what makes home for you guys. Maybe some things, and it's funny, literally the next card you have here is exactly this, boundaries. Maybe there's been issues in like how you associate and how you establish boundaries with other people, whether that's romantic, whether that's with family or friends. You know, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So, because a lot of you, you're very emotional. You're very empathetic. You kind of live in that watery realm of the imagination and you thrive in that area. But sometimes that area can be detrimental in the sense of, you know, not staying grounded to reality and maybe always looking at things through that rose colored tinted glass. And not really seeing the reality of maybe how somebody is using you, or maybe how you're allowing, you know, your personal boundaries to be overstepped, even in a positive way, where it's like you're super giving, you're super supportive, but then, you know, you give too much of yourself in those cases. Yeah, we also have translucence with love the darkness. So obviously I feel like for you guys, there's also a need here to really kind of dive into your shadow self, to really look at your darker aspects. And even in some ways, like I feel like some of you maybe have like a fear of selfishness, that you won't be loved if you don't give enough to somebody else. But again, so there could be maybe issues of self-worth. A lot of that can be addressed and kind of delved and kind of discovered more, and to identify it specifically for you, what it is, through diving into the darkness. Let's see what else we have here. And it's interesting because you have also the dove here, which is like hope. It's inspiration, it's healing, it is that connecting to the inner child as well. So we're kind of getting some cross messages, I feel like, from pile 1. We also have the magpie here. So using not being afraid of your intellect and also your intuition, because you are extremely intuitive. And I feel like inside, intuitively, you know what the right choices are to make. But there can be, again, fear because you might feel like you're losing something, or again, you tell yourself that, oh, maybe it's not that bad, or maybe that person really does love me the way that they say they do, but even though intuitively I feel like there's something wrong or there's something off, and there, I feel like there's a lot of kind of telling yourself, even when your intuition tells you something that makes you uncomfortable, again, that shadow aspect, and it's like you will try to tell yourself the opposite because it just, again, it makes you feel better. So let's see what else we have here. We also have cooperation. With your goal can benefit from you surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So there's a big emphasis here for you. And again, in establishing those boundaries, but also, you need to be connected to other people. But it's a question of who you're surrounding yourself with and how you establish those boundaries with those people. And look, we also got trust here. Trust that you were born a creative being and have never stopped being one. And then we also have start. So you must start from where you are. Examine your situation and take a chance. Some of you are afraid of maybe diving in and taking that chance. We also have strangely lonely, holding on way too tight. Exactly. That goes back into those boundaries. Maybe you're overstepping other people's boundaries because, again, you have a fear of being alone or fear of losing something or someone. And we also have the cycles card here. You need to address kind of what your natural cycles are and be able to recognize when you fall into maybe a cycle where you are giving too much of yourself to somebody else. So let's actually start by looking at these 3 cards more deeply, starting off with card 14 there with trust. So with this, I'm going to show you the image on the back. So this is talking about the trust card could be an indication that you need to get to know all aspects of your situation so you can trust yourself, another person, or the creative process itself. It can also indicate that someone involved in this situation in question might have an issue trusting others, or in rare instances, this other person might not be trustworthy. Relationships are built on trust. Since creativity most often involves doing things in a new and substantially different way, the lack of trust in any part of your plan practically guarantees that it will fail. Trust in one's abilities is often an issue when you are new to identifying yourself as a creative person. A record of accomplishments makes it easier to trust someone. So yeah, I feel like for you guys, this is a real, the whole point of the cards here is really addressing particularly relationships in your life with people. So you might have even been specifically thinking or asking about a question in regards to a love or friendship or family relationship. And especially with something like the Chariot here with that Cancer energy, emphasize that even more. So again, you might need to kind of address who you're giving your trust to. Are you not trusting yourself and you're always relying on the word of other people because you have fear of, again, trusting in your own personal judgment, your own intuition? Are you, again, maybe somebody around you is not as trustworthy as they seem. So, and I moved the wrong card, I just realized. So we're going to set that over here. So now we have the start card. So let's see what that has to say. So with the image here, this is saying the start card is one of the most important creativity oracle cards. The journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath your feet. Your creative process starts with your vision of what you want to do and how you want to do it. Picking this card is an indication that it's time to take the first steps to make your vision come alive. Many people exhaust their creativity, crafting excuses for why they cannot start doing what they know needs to be done. It cannot be said too often that the best way to overcome the inertia and compliancy that are the mortal enemies of creativity is to just get in the race. Starting does not require genius. It requires that you get in the race and that you warm up, knowing that what you do will be revised and substantially and possibly discarded. Just start. Exactly. So I feel like, especially in regards to relationships, if it's like you want to work with a particular person or you want to go and hang out with a particular person, you want to become friends with them, whatever it is, a work colleague, somebody in school, whatever it is, just dive in and just put yourself out there and be like, hey, you want to hang out? And you know what? Whether or not they say sure, yes, or they say no, you keep moving forward and you keep looking and seeking out people with that like-minded energy to you to forge those connections. Don't hesitate and don't be afraid of doing that. So for these cards, lastly, we have cooperation with this image here, which is saying the cooperation card is an indication that understanding the issue of how well you work with others or others with you is the key to your understanding the situation in question. It can sometimes be an indication that you will need to join with and otherwise accommodate the work and creativity of others to best accomplish your goal in the spirit of teamwork. The myth of the artist who does their work in isolation and requires nothing more than art supplies and a place to use them is just that, a myth. Much can be gained by being a part of workshops, unions, trade associations, and other groups and kindred spirits who come together for a common purpose and mutual support. Even though you may not always agree with these other people or even like all of them or their individual works. Exactly. You can't always expect to please everybody involved. And that might be another kind of obstacle or challenge that you have to overcome, is that need to maybe try to please everybody who is involved, and realizing that you just can't do that. There's always going to be somebody either like hates your work or just dislikes you for whatever the reason may be. And that's just part of living life. All right. And that's part of why you have those proper boundaries in place. So let's go ahead and address the boundaries card, because I feel like that's one of the most important cards here for you guys. So you are being called to create clear boundaries in your life. This could be with your friends, family, or work. Saying yes when you really mean no leads to resentment, which is the biggest energy drain ever. At first, it might only be a little bit and only feel like a big deal. Not feel like a big deal. But before you know it, your energy field becomes porous and you are left feeling depleted, resentful, and taken advantage of. Saying no and having clear boundaries is actually a spiritual act. The most giving, loving, compassionate people are those with the clearest boundaries. For when they say yes, they are able to give unconditionally. When your boundaries are clear, others know where they stand and you're able to give freely. If you're not clear where your boundaries lie, this causes confusion, resentment, and energetic cords to be planted. If you are saying yes when you really mean no, you're likely needing something yourself. Ask yourself, what parts of me needs something from them? It could be a need for approval, a fear of being seen a certain way, or a fear of loss. The best way to gauge your boundaries is to check in with your belly. Your belly is the second brain. It has an intelligence known as your gut feelings, your intuition. Tune into this space when deciding what is okay for you. How does it feel? What is it trying to communicate with you? So, where in your life do you need to establish better boundaries? You really need to think about that and determine where those areas are for you. Clearly, I feel like a big part of it is with trust, and also, again, the people that you surround yourself with. So, let's go ahead now and also look at our Love the Darkness card here, card 33. So with this, it is talking about it's time to enter the underworld. You have been existing on the superficial plane for too long, and a balance is required. Be like the goddess Persephone, who descended to the underworld. In the patriarchal myth, it is said that she was stolen by Hades, but this is not true. A goddess that powerful would never be stolen. In a matriarchal society, she would have been described as entering willingly and then decided to have Hades as her partner. The Maiden of Translucence has her eyes closed, like the Fool of the traditional tarot deck. This is the card signifying the beginning of life's next magical adventure. She is letting go, and her winged bird steed is preparing to plunge into the cracked earth, opening up before them. The forest branches beckon, come this way. When translucence appears, it's also time to redefine your own parameters, your boundaries. Protect your sanctuary and willingly take the journey into the unknown inner verse of you. Feathers are shedding. The hand is beckoning. Take the journey. This card is saying it's time to fall in love with the darkness. So yes, you might want to delve more into Persephone. Might be a particular goddess that you guys want to work with or learn more about. There's lots of different books about it. Definitely go check out my twins channel at Gossamer Dreams, because she talks a lot about Persephone, and she's been reading up a lot on that. So you guys might find some tidbits of information from her. So here is the particular ritual to do in regards to this card. So you might want to take a screenshot, keep this in your back pocket. Yeah, it's literally, I'm like seeing it. Read stories of the dark goddesses, Persephone, Hecate, Kali. You know, exactly. Read into their stories, learn about them, and try to, again, view them from not always the typical perspective. Because, again, a lot of these goddesses end up, over time in history, we're getting, you know, patriarchally washed, so to speak, from what their true power and intentions were back in the day when they first appeared. Because again, the woman archetype and goddess archetype has been greatly edited over the years. So let's go ahead and keep moving on here, and let's look at a little bit of the magpie and the dove here and see what additional messages they have for you. So with the dove, you know, again, you need to align with peace. You know, you need to embrace your feminine power. Regardless of whatever your gender is, we all are made up of feminine and masculine energy, and that's part of the balance of the chariot. You know, you need to nourish, you know, your instincts. You need to connect to the earth. You need to, you know, keep having hope. You know, sacrifice is necessary, but you need to become aware of how much you are sacrificing, I feel like. Have a lot of compassion and love for yourself. You know, it's funny because this is calling out that I am the enjoyment of family connection. I am the safety of united community. This is not the time to fly solo, but rather to seek out kindred spirits. That cooperation right there. I am the coven. I am the serenity of kin. I am group, mind, and structure. Merge your energies with others and watch what unfolds. This is a great power in collaboration. There is profound wisdom within the whole. So you are engaging life. You are embracing peace. You are aligning with others. You are dove. It's crazy that this card is even bringing that up. So, and then with the magpie, you know, it's about mastering complexity. It's about embracing and understanding your magician aspects, you know, understanding how to see through illusion, you know, looking at the multiplicity of experience. You know, not everything is what it seems. You know, there could be tricks about, but you need to stay one bold step ahead. You know, it's about having discernment, you know, looking at your true colors and embracing them. What bold ideas are you hoarding in the safety of your nest? You know, it's about embracing those hidden aspects within, the aspects that you're keeping in the darkness that you need to, you know, embrace and love. You know, what shadows are creeping up from behind? What conversations are you avoiding with your own internal chatter? It's time to shed the safety net and go for the most dazzling jewels of your experience. You have caught my attention. You have raised the stakes. You're shining in the light. You are magpie. So this is about embracing all of your ability and all of your fantastic magical ideas. And again, trusting your intuition about how those ideas will guide you next. So lastly, we're going to go ahead and look at these final two cards here with cycles and strangely lonely. So we're going to start off with the strangely lonely. Holding on way too tight with card 17. So, strangely lonely speaks. You're holding so tightly to something that it's proving to be a barrier between you and others, which is why you feel so lonely at times. At present, you may need to open up just a little and admit that you crave like-minded people around you. You guys are so surrounded by somebody or multiple people who are just not driving at your energy, and they're keeping you stuck in that energy. So it's time for you to expand your network. It's time for you to just start and go out there and find those like-minded people, and to trust that, you know, there are people out there who are going to treat you well. They are going to treat you with fairness and equality and not just use you. But in order to find those people, you have to take a risk of putting yourself out there again. And understanding that, yeah, maybe you will be used again, but that's better than the alternative of staying trapped and staying stuck and staying lonely. So this does not mean people who do the same things for a living as you. It means people who speak to your soul. You're craving metaphysical and mysterious discussions, and you've got some questions that truly need answers, or at least an explanation. It's time to consult oracles, the ones that we find when we seek out friends who tell us what they see, not what they think we wish to hear. And what you are likely to hear is what you must let go of something. So, one dilemma with living in a world you feel you must protect is that you fear other people intruding on it, disturbing the delicate balance. So you hold on tighter to whatever you have or whatever you feel makes you you. The truth is, your inner world is richer than most, and it's an imaginative paradise or hell depending on your state of mind. When you receive this card, please let go just a little and notice how this gives you room to interact and engage with loving others, and that this therefore helps you recreate your world anew. It is likely you will choose carefully who you allow in, but at least one person does not need to be let in, and at least one security blanket needs to be shown the door just for the moment. Wow. That's pretty wild. And then, of course, we have cycles. And there are particular actions with this that might be helpful for you guys. So, looking at card 6 here, this is saying, life is cyclical. Sometimes things flow, and at other times they slow down. What cycle of your life are you in right now? What is the one area of your life where you need to focus most of your energy? Is it time for you to focus on your family? Do you need alone time to discover your true purpose? Do you yearn to open your heart and love fully, deeply, and passionately? This is a time for healing and regeneration. Maybe you are completely ready to enthusiastically concentrate on your life purpose and put all your energy and effort into making your dreams a reality. Each cycle you encounter offers you fresh gifts and possibilities to learn and grow. The better you become at identifying the cycle you are in, the more flow and harmony you'll experience in the choices you make. So here is the particular action you want to take with this card. That might be helpful for you guys. Again, screenshot this, save it for later to do. But with that, obviously, the big challenge and obstacle for you guys is how your relationships are with other people. You know, there's something you need to let go of in order to allow these new people in to help and assist you. And again, you need to kind of address who it is you're surrounding yourself with. Are they trustworthy? Do they actually resonate at your level and of your energy? And you need to establish those boundaries. And there is a little bit of a need here to kind of dive down into your own darkness and see what gems are hidden there, because clearly there are a lot there that you can use to elevate your experience and your life and the joy that you find in making connections with others. So maybe some of you are hiding the fact that you maybe are really into tarot, or maybe you're, secretly you want to go and be a dancer or something. It's like you need to stop hiding those aspects and you just need to start going after it, regardless of what. Don't care about anybody's opinion about it. And again, there's obviously a particular cycle you're in your life right now. And you need to do that work to kind of discover which cycle it is. The cards are not necessarily picking out a particular cycle, because you need to just start with where you are and kind of address it and figure it out for yourself, because that's the only way you'll be able to really cultivate the cycle and turn it into a positive experience for yourself. So with that said, I thank you all so much for watching this video. And of course, if you have any suggestions for future videos that you would like me to do, definitely do leave those down below. And if you would like more exclusive content, such as pick a cards, personal readings, artwork, all of that will be available through my Patreon link down below. And it really helps to keep the production of these kind of videos going here on YouTube. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those who chose pile 3 here with the amethyst cluster, we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading here and see what is the obstacle, what is the challenge that you guys might be facing. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. So we got the 8 of Wands. We also have the 10 of Swords. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the greatest obstacle or challenge that I feel like already that you guys are kind of dealing with is the need to let go. The need to just allow and surrender to the flow of the universe, because that is when the greatest success is going to come for you right now. It could be that whatever it is that you asked about or that you're having struggle with, it's essentially a losing battle. It's not going to work out the way that you want it, no matter how hard or how much you pick at it and you continue to push it. It's more so just a drain on your energy at this point. The moment you guys just let go of it and you surrender it is when things will turn it into the positive for you. So let's see what else we got going on here for your cards. So we have Soul Family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So that might also be part of the struggle for you guys, is you're trying to take on all the responsibility. You're trying to do all the work yourself, and you're not allowing others in to assist you. I also feel like some of you have been pushing and trying so hard to maybe build a community, to do this thing, and it's like you keep running into roadblocks, and you're not. It's like it's driving you absolutely nuts. But it's like the moment that you just let go and stop is when the right people will come in and find you. You need to allow them to come and choose you, not the other way around for you guys. I also feel like this could even apply to the sense of like Yeah, like, so when it comes to your career even, it's like you might be trying to get something off the ground, but it just won't get off the ground. And part of it is because, again, maybe you're repeatedly trying the same avenue of doing it. And again, it's just not going anywhere. And then the other thing is that some of you might have a tendency where it's like you might try to change your persona or something because you think, oh, this is how people would like me if I act like this. Maybe because you saw somebody else had success doing that. But that's just not how it's going to work. No. The only way to truly find that real soul family for you is just to be 100% authentic to who you are and just let your freak flag fly. Just show it off and just be very comfortable in the sense of you. So yeah, we have also transform the way you see. So some of you need to change your perspective of how you're looking at the issue. Because again, with the 10 of Swords, it's an ending to something, but it's also the rising of a new beginning at the same time. It's the sunset and the sunrise all at once. So there's a need here to kind of reevaluate how you're looking and how you're viewing things. Yeah, we have the message. It's all in your head. And that's why, because it's like the way that you're seeing, the way you're thinking, it's all up in your head. The minute you let go of that idea or that expectation or whatever it is the moment that everything else will just fall into place in a really fast and powerful way, in a long-lasting way. We also have the Robin here. And you also have the Wren. Oh, communication is key. I just get a sense that there's a lot of communication, a lot of letting your voice be heard, stepping out there and fledging. And the Wren in particular, especially in Celtic mythology, is extremely powerful totem and animal. So it's like amazing that you guys have that coming out. Yeah, we got reflection here. Time to focus, balance, reflect, and guide yourself past stumbling blocks to take the right action. And you have muse. Seek out or act as a positive, inspiring, and helpful muse to another's creativity. We also have Marie Masquerade, glamour, intrigue, and drama. Some of you might have a tendency to stay stuck in a lot of drama. There could be a drama happening in your life and you keep feeding into it. And you need to step away from it. It is a losing battle. You're not going to succeed. It might not have been even your drama to begin with. It might have been between other people that you know and you could care about, sure, but it's like it's not your battle to wage. Instead, you're the one who's going to end up, everybody's going to turn to stab the sword through, instead of, correctly them addressing their issues with the correct parties involved. We also have, wow, seriously, because we got family and tribe coming out here, and then you have that soul family. Wow. That's pretty gnarly right there. So clearly there's a lot. Again, there could be definitely some drama that's happening within your family or your tribe, whatever it is. And it's like you've been too caught up in it for too long. Maybe you need to, again, change how you're seeing everybody who is involved, listening to the various different stories and perspectives from more than one angle. It could also be that maybe you are the one who's in the middle of this drama and you're perceiving a greater hurt or insult than really there was. Because again, you have that card of it's all in your head. So let's start kind of diving more into these cards and seeing what they have to say. Let's start off with the Muse here. So let's see. It's card 29. I'm going to show you the image on the back as well. So with this, it's saying the Muse card is an indication that you should either seek out the inspiration from within yourself or someone you respect, or be that person to someone who respects you and needs you to inspire them. The 9 muses in Greek mythology were not interested in everyday life, only in being an inspiration to artists, musicians, dancers, philosophers, and poets. Therefore, the Muse card can be an indication that for a time, if it's practical, you should withdraw from everyday life as much as you can at this stage of your creative journey. Contemplate and study a creative source that moves you. The Muse card means your inner journey should take you to the highest and most inspirational creative source within you. If you feel goosebumps and the hairs raising on your neck, you are there. And then we have card 58, which the image there. And this card is talking about the reflection card is an indication that problems you may be having with the matter in question are the result of too much activity or forward movement and not enough taking time to calmly evaluate the situation either on your part or the part of another person involved. It's an invitation to sit comfortably, breathe slowly and deeply, and experience your present situation lightly in your mind's eye, the center of your consciousness. It is time to see things as they really are, stripped of all extraneous trappings like expectations or recognition. The creative process can often create numerous secondary attachments and unintended consequences that can easily confuse and disorganize even the best of intentions and the most organized efforts. Reflection is the pause that refreshes. It should be an integral part of every creative endeavor, especially at their beginning, midpoint, and the end. So you need to tap in and you need to reflect again on the situation and really see it from the actual reality of what is happening here. So let's kind of look at these cards next because of that for you guys. So we're going to start off with card 2 with transform the way you see. So with this, it's saying, if you want to transform the world, start by transforming the way you see it. Pay attention to positive and pleasing things. Do not be distracted by anything that makes you feel sad or hopeless, like the news. You observe with your heart and your eyes. Grow in wisdom as you witness the world shaping itself according to the way you see it. Know that wisdom evolves and is not static or fixed. It's time to not only look outside at the world, but also to look into yourself and comprehend the role you play in the events taking shape around you. Let what you observe transform you. Be uplifted by what you now know about even challenging facts and difficult truths. They are further opportunities for growth and transformation. The girl of this card holds the owl, wisdom, and the butterfly, transformation. On her index fingers, power, as she, which is the power, as she gazes on her world curiously and confidently. This card also means people are watching you and noticing your courage, good deeds, and personal transformation, and that these qualities will be rewarded. This card appears when a reward, bonus, or notification of approval is about to be received. Again, you guys have literal messages coming in, opportunities coming in. So don't be your own worst enemy by blocking them from coming in. So we also have the ritual in regards to this card that you might want to do. Again, screenshot this if you like. I just saw 111. So let's also look at flashover. Which says, you are overthinking things. Friction and resistance in the circuits of your brain have now confused you into thinking the pain and tension is in the world around you when really it's all in your head. The good news is that at the same time, all it takes is a spark of trust to short-circuit resistance built up from friction with the world. When flashover appears, it's time to close your eyes and take a deep breath and recognize that the only thing standing in your way is you. The light of a busy mind can be beautiful, but in order to reveal its best achievements, times of darkness and rest are essential. After all, you can only see the stars in the darkness. Let go of your worries and fears for a while without reservation and let the world balance itself around you. The girl of flashover is wary, but realizes that she cannot continue in this way. The growing plump leaves around her cushion and comfort her as she slowly releases her mental grasp and relaxes her mind towards clear thought and profound insight. So here is the particular action to take in regards to this card. Again, screenshot this for later reference. So that's what we got going on with these two cards. Obviously, you guys are too caught up in your mind. You are the one standing in your own way, most likely. Although there could be a little bit of drama or some friction happening, again, for some of you in your soul family, in your family, in any capacity. But let's go ahead and kind of look at our Wren and our Robin. Two really beautiful cards here. Really picking up on that yellow and that purple. So again, think of your solar plexus and your third eye chakras. And oh, this is crazy. I just realized this is card 29. This is card 39. How wild is that? Wow. So let's look at the Wren here. So this is all about, having a very active spirit and a very giving heart, being inspired, really embracing the energy of life, utilizing everything around you and what the earth gives, wasting no time at all, not wasting your resources, not wasting the life that you're living, really being in it boldly and fully and living in the moment, being very alert and, trusting your wit. Things are about to move extremely quickly for you. And that's even indicated with something like the Eight of Wands here. Yes, the energy is going to get moving very quickly. This could definitely be a message of expanding your circle and utilizing those around you for help. You may find others an asset to your accomplishments. Determining the path that you need to follow that is laid ahead of you. Trusting the tug of your spirit to carry you forward on that path. So you are lighthearted in the face of hard work. You are joyous aspiration. You are stamina. You are Wren. So wild that this is coming up again of cultivating the people around you, relying on the people around you. You don't have to do it all alone. They can assist you. They can be of help for sure. So let's look at card 29 with the Robin. So this is all about renewal. This is the promise that, life is going to keep spinning. This is a very ancient energy that's coming forward. This is, spring coming out of the frost. Your time of the frozen frost is removing, and you are going to be stepping into that spring. You're going to be feeling refreshed. You're thawing out your heart and your mind. It's a time of alignment. Rejuvenating. It's a time of awakening. Getting out of that hibernation, especially in regards to your talents and your dreams. Cleansing yourself. This is definitely a wake-up call for you. Keep your world going no matter how thick the ice has formed. Something needs tending. You are the caretaker of your own soul. You are your own change. Renew yourself and rejoice. So you are new beginnings. You are invigorating. You are upward growth. You are Robin. Exactly. Very, very positive. So again, there's new potential. There's new things available to you, those new beginnings. I mean, literally, you have the Ace of Pentacles here, and you have the Eight of Wands. So it's like this new beginning can come in very, very quickly, but you have to make that conscious choice to stop the overthinking and, reevaluate and look at the world around you and maybe realize that you need to ask for assistance in order to have that happen. And also, again, you want to stay out of drama here, I feel like. So let's actually talk about the Marie Masquerade here. Card 14. So with this. So Marie Masquerade speaks. Someone is about to invite you to be involved in something very intriguing, and this person will ask you in ways that are ever so charming, so the temptation will be ever so strong. Because this person is beautiful and talented and powerful, you are flattered. But the truth is, you run the risk of paying a very high price for this brush with fame or glory. Be sure that the politics and the intrigues are ones you truly wish for in your life, because there's often a sacrifice that must be made, and many consequences are currently hidden from you. It is tempting, no doubt, but it may be within your best interest to pursue this strange, slightly tainted offer that will be made. Not be within your best interest to pursue this. So, the message is, there is gossip and intrigue around a person you admire and wish to be like in some way. This person has need of a true friend and not the need of an admirer. This card can come up when you experience jealousy and envy of those you feel are undeservingly more successful and beloved than you are. The message is to focus on your own hard work and to create your own style. If you are the subject of such gossip, and this is so funny this is coming up because I was so getting a sense of like social media, and maybe again, like you're literally trying to build a community, your soul family. So like literally building a community online somewhere, but you might be going about it by like trying to copy the style of somebody else that you see who's super successful, or getting involved with the YouTube drama, like shit like that. And it's like, no, that's not the way to find genuine, heartfelt connections that you need and what you really want. No, you cannot control what is said about you. Live your life and move through with this with grace. When Marine Masquerade comes up, there are some people around you who want to befriend another, but simply for the influence. It is not coming from the heart, and despite her beauty and success, anyone in Marie's position needs true friends. Look inside and see if you have attempted to network instead of befriend. Know the difference. Do not keep false friends, fair weather friends. Be true to your own vision as opposed to what is currently fashionable and considered desirable. Creating rather than following. Exactly. So, even for you, make sure that you're not just trying to, if you're truly going after that soul family, that calling in your tribe, it's like you need to address the fact that, well, are you going about it as networking or actually truly trying to, build a lasting friendship? Because it's like, in order to do that, you need to be receptive. Both parties need to be receptive and giving and, willing to listen for sure. Yeah, there are people who are the same kind of weird as you, people who are your chosen family. They are coming and they are looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it's important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. If you've already found them, then you are being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people, such as a therapist, coach, mentor, or healer. Tune into what kind of support you need now. And then, of course, we have the family and the tribe. Card 20 here. So with this card, it's talking about be very discerning with other people's opinions, the gossip, the word of mouth you're hearing. Become aware of how the beliefs of your family and tribe are influencing you. What did you learn about relationships, money, and opportunities when you were younger? Ask yourself, am I still carrying some of those outdated beliefs? Am I trying to seek love and approval from family by doing what they want me to do? An important question to ask yourself is whether you are living your life in order to make someone else or yourself happy. This card asks you to examine your loyalties, family beliefs, superstitions, and rituals that have power over you. Let go of anything that is not serving you. You're also being asked to face your fears of being different and embrace your uniqueness, even if others don't understand or approve of your actions. Often working with your energy centers, in particular the root chakra, can help you release past limitations and hurts, increase your confidence, and help you manifest your desires into the physical reality. Yes, if you have oh my God, I just saw 2222. So especially 2-2 synchronicities are very important for you, but it's if you feel like a lot of your chakras are out of whack, you're out of balance, you can't just kind of jump into, oh, I'm just going to work on just the throat chakra or the higher chakras because I want to be intuitive. It's if your root chakra, that first chakra in your body, is out of whack, if it's centered, whatever it may be, spinning too fast, spinning too slow, you have to start with that one first. You need to get that one right and correct because that's just how the energy flows upwards. So it's you need to start from the base and work your way up slowly and understanding that, this is the root of everything. This is your security. This is your safety. If you're wanting to, for example, it's you want to astral project. And so you're working a lot on your third eye and your crown chakra. But if you're not rooted, and you feel secure in the space that you're in, your root chakra, that experience might not turn out the way that you want it to. So, and again, let me go ahead and show you guys the action to take in regards to this card. Again, you might want to go ahead and screenshot this, make a note, and work on it. So, that is everything I'm seeing here for you guys. Clearly, there is a need here to kind of address how you're calling in your soul tribe, and I feel like your biggest challenge or your obstacle right now is really showing your authentic self. Who are you authentically? Are you overthinking things? Are you not seeing clearly? Are you not seeing yourself clearly? And it's if you do have that soul tribe already around you, it's are they supporting you? Are you allowing them to support you? Or are you getting involved with weird dramas and gossip with the wrong kind of people? And that can actually end up tarnishing your reputation and how others view you. So again, just be very mindful and careful with who you're associating with and how you're choosing it. If you want friends, then work on befriending people and not just oh, I need a number because I need to be perceived in this certain way because that's how I'm looking at other people, especially on social media or something. I know I'm just getting a sense of kind of some weird stuff like that. But regardless, I hope that you enjoyed this reading, that you found it helpful. Of course, if you would like more exclusive content and pick-a-cards and stuff like that, definitely do feel free to check out my Patreon because that has a lot of additional content that you will not get here on YouTube. And it is a great way to help support this YouTube channel and the continued production of videos like this. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those who picked the fourth and final pile here with the Emerald Calcite, we're going to go ahead and jump into your cards and see what is the challenge or obstacle that you guys are maybe having. So, first and foremost, we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Wands, Patience. Your guys' biggest obstacle I'm getting right now is patience. There is a time and a place to manifest and to reap the rewards of what you put in. And there's a time to just keep your head down and keep working at it. I feel like there's also a need here for a lot of balance and to also just trust that, everything has a natural ebb and flow to it. And you need to trust in the cycles. You need to trust in the process and not be so worried about the outcome. You also need to work more on your self-confidence, putting yourself out there, being fiery, being charismatic, and just letting your natural energy really call in people around you, because you guys have a natural magnetic energy with the Queen of Wands being here. She is very confident. She's very sure in herself, and she just naturally radiates this lovely, powerful energy that just attracts people in. She's very creative. She's very connected to her sexuality. and enjoys passion and love. So it's like, if you want something to manifest, you just need to be in the now and just love and go after your passions and not be worried so much about outcomes to things. So let's see what else we got here. We had the Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Yes, you guys are naturally intuitively inclined. You guys are like natural witches, especially with the Queen of Wands here. She is the witch of the deck. We have Imrama. Hopefully I said that right. Where are you being called to journey? So a lot of you, there's also a call to go and travel somewhere, to take a chance, to take a risk of some sort and see how it manifests and what fruits are, grown from this planting of a seed, so to speak. We also have here, commune with the source. Yes, there is a need here to go and to travel and find your source of inspiration, to find, what lights you up truly, where you feel connected and in tune. We also have the pelican here. We'll get more into that. But I feel like there are lots of great messages coming through. Holy fucking shit. What was I saying? Oh, your greatest challenge is patience. And you literally got the patience card. Creativity takes time, and sometimes a project can seem to be taking too long or seem to be failing. But you need to let that go. You just need to let things germinate in their own right time, because fate has it all planned out for you. It's not going to lead you astray. The universe has got your back. We got aloha healing. So yeah, I feel like there's a need here for you guys to take it a little bit more easy. You need to live life from a more passionate and joyful place and not be so... I feel like you can have a tendency to get very stressed out, to get very frustrated. And it's like you need to work on cultivating that sense and make it more of a priority to just commune with source, commune with your own body, and just give into what you feel, what feels good, what makes you happy. Yeah, and then we got hole in the soul here. So there's definitely some things from your past, from your childhood that need to be addressed. We're actually going to go ahead and just start with that card and get it kind of, I feel bad saying out of the way, but let's talk about the hole in the soul. So this card is talking about your childhood wounds are creating a hole in your soul. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low-grade depression experienced as a perpetual empty feeling. If, as a child, you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family dramas, then you adopted a false self. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, needs, and desires. Instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation, as you are always mourning your true self, your Queen of Wands. This card encourages you to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning the abandonment and neglect you felt. So yes, there could definitely be a sense of neglect that you literally experienced, that you went through. And so that's part of why it's so emphasized that you need to go and you need to commune with source, because that will help you to heal that issue. And I just noticed that there were actually Chinese lanterns here. Yeah. So we have the particular action in regards to this card that you definitely need to do. And so, yeah, clearly there's a need here to remove a false mask that you've been wearing. And again, just embrace your true self. Where are you being called to journey to? Because that is where you will find the nurturing that you need for yourself. So let's go ahead. I also want to let's look at the pelican next. So with this is card 27. And with it is talking about, it's the pelican acts as your bridge of the head and the heart. This is all about having very careful observation, planning with room for negotiation. You have the skills you need to reach the goal that you have in mind. Having unfettered determination. Relying on team dynamics when need to. Your outlook could be way too heavy right now. Your viewpoint is too restricted. What you require is a greater adaptability. I am the release of expectation. I am the effortless flow of one thing into another. I am your need to let things unfold and take the best catch. Again, letting things unfold naturally, the Wheel of Fortune. You may have stepped in your own way. You may well be tripping over your own feet. Stay focused and do not lose sight of the bigger picture. You will always find what you need. You are positive and productive. You are effortless. You are effortless acquisition. You are abundant in resources. You are pelican. So yes, you just need to let go. You need to trust and allow the flow to happen. And especially do not lose faith and do not lose patience with it, because everything has its own divine timing of when it's going to come in and when it's going to be happening for you in particular. So yeah, and especially with the Sisterhood of the Rose here, this is like a huge message that you guys are meant to follow this sort of path where you are meant to, create beauty wherever you go. The rose is symbolizing the heart of the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. This is a call to spend more time in nature. Learn the ancient secrets that live within the earth. Spend time admiring the creations around you. And, spending some more time to, again, notice the beauty that exists around you and contribute to that beauty. And again, you can do this through your own creations or little things like how you dress or how you decorate your home, putting in fresh flowers, starting a garden, whatever it needs to be. But this is all about every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize with the planet a little more and the shift in vibration can be felt. So exactly, you are meant to do this. You're meant to follow this particular path and create this amazing beauty for everybody else, to be uplifting. Yeah, and obviously there is a call here, especially with, where are you being called to journey to, that there's sort of like a pilgrimage that you need to take, a voyage. Your soul knows the way to this place. It's part of your soul identity. Maybe your soul remembers literally being in this place, living there in a past life. It could be a call to go to sacred places, to see the beauty of those places, and then to create something from that to share with the rest of the world. It's all about embracing this spontaneous energy of journey and adventure. And it also could be called to maybe study an ancient lineage or body work of some sort. Whatever the circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deeper here. So allow yourself to do that. We then, of course, have our next cards here. Let's go ahead and talk about the Patience card in particular. So with this, I'm going to go ahead and show the image as well. And she's giving me very much Queen of Wands kind of vibe with the beauty. So the Patience card is an indication that problems you are having regarding the matter in question are being caused by an unacceptable amount of patience. Not enough or too much. either on your part or the part of another person involved. Selecting the patience card can also be an invitation to vibrate in resonance with the unique frequency of your project, to accept the speed of its unfolding as correct and proper and beneficial. Everything has started off in the human mind, has encountered the fluctuations of problems and solutions. The cultivating of patience and the perseverance are the two unfailing indicators of success and successful people. We fail until we succeed. There is no other way. Being told to be patient can be received as if it was a blessing if you understand creativity, though it sounds like a curse to those who do not. God damn. Ain't that fucking true? So yeah, it's like you just have to have patience, because it's like, especially in regards to, if we're talking about like using creativity as an analogy here, it's like you can have this I just saw 1212. You could have this amazing idea, but when you try to execute said idea, it just is not working. And that's not because the idea is bad. It's just because that your mind has literally gotten to this point where you can cultivate and you can come up with these amazing ideas and concepts, but your actual practical skill level isn't quite there to executing it yet. So the key here is you got to push this to catch up with here. And don't be surprised, like as you go through this process, your ideas become more and more refined and even better. Because you start working, you start practicing, you start putting in that practical time to, again, commune with source, to, work on practicing and identifying your weaknesses, your strengths. You're doing basically shadow work in a sense. And just allowing that, certain things are going to take more time. I'm weaker in these things, so I need to focus on these things more, and just keep pushing forward and enjoy the process and the feeling of the growth and the skills that you gain through that sense of patience, so to speak here. So now let's go ahead and let's look at with Commune with Source, card 17 here. So with this card, it is talking about nature. Oh my God. You fucking kidding me? Nature holds all the answers. The wisest witch knows her questions will be answered when she dives into the natural world without reservation. Like the girl of this card, who is fused with the forest, it is your time to merge with the source. Drop your stuff, your attachments, and be one with nature. It's time to recommune with the raw, authentic self that was you when you were sparked into existence, and what you'll be when you are transitioned into the next plane of existence. She dips her fingers into the well of universal inspiration. This is a card of meditation. This is also a flip interpretation. There is also a flip interpretation. Is she retreating or emerging? If this card is drawn during a period of solitude, it is a prompt that is now time to emerge from the dark. Restorative forest into the sunlight to share your radiance. And conversely, if this is drawn during a time of intense activity and visibility, it's time to retreat to the shadows. So for each one of you who are watching this video, you're going to have to address that for yourself. Have you been in a period of solitude? Then it's time to come out into the light. If you've been out in the light for too long, it's time for a period of solitude. So here's the particular ritual to do in regards to this card. Again, feel free to screenshot this and, tuck it in your pocket to do for later. So lastly, let's talk about our Aloha healing. So with this, she says, Aloha, it's time for a guilt-free time out for you, when you will invite the energy of Hawaii and more self-nurturing into your life. It's time to discover and fade out those voices that say you must always work hard and be stressed to achieve what you wish for. I am of a time and a place where time moves on its own way, where you are at one with the natural world and where your body and soul are entwined in unison in singing the most beautiful song. You need the power of sunshine on your body. Please give yourself a sun bath, a natural energetic healing, a pure golden light, and feel the radiance warm your bones and fill you with joy. Exactly. Sounds like a hell of a good time to me. So, Amara has come, and so is time to begin to eat more fresh fruits, drink healthful juices and smoothies, take a dance lesson, have a tropical bath with flower petals, and bring the energy of a waterfall into your life. Hopefully I pronounce Koana massage and body work is wonderful for you when Amara makes her gentle, powerful presence felt. She also responds well to dancing, joyful exercise, singing, and music. Fresh foods, fruits, and more raw food, and you would definitely benefit from some sunshine and outdoor time. There may be relaxation and healing traditions within your ancestry to investigate. Take a vacation and journey to a soulful place. Journey to a soulful place. Holy shit. Holistic treatments will have appeal, as will natural alternatives. By taking this approach and devoting yourself to it, you can expect renewed health and a positive new attitude too. Above all, it's time to connect to the power of sunshine in gentle, soulful ways. Surfing and ocean swims will be most beneficial at this time. God, I want to do this. Oh, I want to take a vacation. If you feel that feeling, this is your pile for sure. But yes, it's like there's something ancestral here that you are meant to connect with, because even this card was kind of calling out like this ancestral soul lineage of the priestess and the mystic and the teacher. And I feel like if you go and you take this journey, you are going to meet some unexpected individuals who are going to be teachers or mystics for you to help you and showing you something really magical. And again, overall, the whole vibe of your reading here is like you need to relax a little bit more. You need to just let things kind of unfold, and you need to give into pleasure and beauty and, feeding yourself more healthy foods and just doing things just for the pure beauty and enjoyment of it. Like, again, treating every day like you are about to go on a vacation, that you are going to be enjoying the sunshine. Literally get out into nature, because you have that coming up in more than one card here, because it's going to help to fill, again, if you resonate with that hole in the soul energy, it's going to help to actually fulfill that hole, because you are doing it and you are creating it for you. And again, there's a big need here for you guys to really show your authentic self. And part of that, to help you find that authentic self, is to go out there on a journey. Soul discovery on the road, so to speak. So with that said, I think that's everything I'm seeing here in your cards. If this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. Do not be afraid to give any suggestions for future pick-a-cards that you would like to see. And of course, if you'd like to join my Patreon and get access to even additional content that you will not find anywhere else, definitely do check out the link down below. Because that is where all that can be found. And it's a great way to help support this channel if you guys want to do that as well. So thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.